Hello everyone, welcome back to the Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistant's YouTube channel. My name is CK and today we have an awesome guest with us. He's actually one of my co-workers here in the internal Sphere Rocket team. So let's give a warm welcome to Vince. Hello Vince.
Hello CK.
How are you today?
Oh, better than I deserve. Thanks for asking.
That's great. Okay, Vince, I'm gonna definitely hop on the first question, which is basically, how long have you been working here at Sphere Rocket? And can you please tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Absolutely. So I've been here for, over a month only. Okay, so I've been here for a short period of time. And yes, as a recruitment executive, okay. And I would say that so far, it's fun here working at Sphere Rocket.
Aside from work, Vince, what do you usually like to do? Like, what are some of your hobbies, or what do you like to do in your free time?
Good question. Okay. Well, most of the time, besides from spending time with my family, lots of love, most of the time also I spend my time listening to music and playing my guitar. So as what Captain America would say, I can do this all day, playing my guitar until my fingers bleed.
Oh, that's so cool.
How passionate I am.
How long have you been playing the guitar?
Oh, ever since I was in, let's just say I was in my teens, right?
Wow, awesome.
So that was
you really
long
have
time
a passion.
Yes, I already have broken 3 guitars.
That's crazy.
Right, it's crazy.
Vince, can you please tell everyone watching now, like how do you usually manage your time? Like, I know you have your family with your passion, then with work. Can you tell us, like, what do you do on a day-to-day basis? How do you balance work life?
All right, that's a good question. So especially entering Sphere Rocket as a virtual assistant, definitely that's one major learning that I'm working on. I'm a work in progress in terms of time management because there's a lot of work here to be done, okay, with a very limited time. So yes, with work-life balance, I wouldn't say that I'm actually able to do it for now because of course I'm a work in progress. But yes, definitely I'm learning a lot from it, especially with Sphere Rocket, because it taught me not to be spoon-fed based on my years of background in the call center industry, where we are trained, spoon-fed, and mostly we're given information. But here, it's very different. You have to be resourceful. You have to be more keen to details, and definitely you need to know how to do time management because there's a lot of things to manage.
That's so true, Vince. I totally agree with that. And that's one of my favorite things about working here in Sphere Rocket. You know, they don't really spoil us, like how to do everything. They don't micromanage. They let us, ask questions, or if we need help, we can really ask for guidance. But at the end of the day, it is up to us. It is really down to how do we want to be productive for the day? How do we want to be more improved than yesterday? So I really, really love that answer of yours. And since you're talking about being a VA here in Sphere Rocket, can you tell us what are your daily tasks? Like, can you give us an idea what you do?
Oh yes, there's a lot. All right, so of course, as a recruitment executive, all right, so we have our preparation. Of course, before we start with the interview proper, we do email management, we do checking of updates, and with our teammates as well, our coworkers, make sure that we're all good. Of course, technically speaking, we need to check our audio, our video, our devices, laptop, PC, all of it. So it must be properly working. If not, we have to inform everyone, just to make sure that we are up and running, right? Now, of course, and then the interview proper, we need to make sure that everyone's on schedule and everyone should be on board. And if not, then we should send a proper notification why they were not able to attend the interview. And if ever there's a need to reschedule, then we have to ensure that as well. And then after that will be, of course, the many tasks we have to do, admin task, because part of VA work. And the many trackers, of course. That's what I love about it. There's no idle moment here. That's SphereRocket. No idle time. So it's like you are with a friend. So treat them or treat your job as a friend, because if you have a friend who is very funny, outgoing, and witty, then that's SphereRocket, because you don't have any dull moment.
Oh, I love
have
that.
a lot of things to do.
So true.
Right.
And Vince, were there any struggles that you dealt with in the first couple of days when you got hired here in SphereRocket, or the first couple weeks even? And how did you overcome that struggle?
Good question, or great question. So when I entered SphereRocket, okay, my last name has been changed to Struggles. All right. So I named myself as Vince with Struggles, because it's my first time, okay, being a VA, and it was really mind blowing, because coming from a BPO background, so I thought that yes, I can handle this because I've been to BPO, but lo and behold, this is way different from what I'm doing in the call center industry. So yes, struggles, challenges, technical difficulties, say comprehension, understanding. There's a lot of jargon. There's a lot of things to unlearn, to learn, and relearn here. So both technical and of course behavioral as well. So I admit that I'm a work in progress as well in terms of character building here, because you need lots of patience. You need to develop more of being a team player, right? And you need to be more of a responder, not to always be reactive. So you have to be proactive here.
Yes. Wow, that was amazing. I love that answer, because it really explains like how I feel about it too. You can't be too emotional. You have to always do your best to have the right mindset, because sometimes this industry can be quite pressuring, or it could be quite stressful. So if you don't know how to handle it gracefully, you don't want to make other people's lives more difficult, because everyone has their own roles here in SphereRocket. So we have the responsibility also to do our job, and also if we need help or anything, we know that there are always managers here in SphereRocket that is just one message away. So yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. And next, Vince, how did SphereRocket VA improve your life, like in general? I know it's only been a month, but what can you see that has changed already so far in your life?
All right. So there's a lot, but I would just cite two major things. One, when it comes to work ethics, right? So what it taught me for the short period of time would be the discipline and commitment to do the work. Because if you're not committed, and as what Ms. Shireen said, that if you don't have a heart for it, then it will be very difficult for you to do the task. So that's number one, the heart or your love for doing that specific task or the job is very crucial, because that's what wakes you up, and that's what keeps you going every day, going to work. And another thing besides work ethics will be your work-life balance. Okay, so I've learned that though there's a lot of things to do, but you need to work on how you are going to balance your personal life and your work life. Anyway, they go hand in hand, they interchange, so they affect each other one way or another.
Right.
You have to apply what you've learned at work and what you're learning in your personal life as well.
Yes. And Vince, we are very privileged to be work from home, like permanent work from home here at Sphere Rocket, because I think nowadays, like a lot of BPO and other industries, they're really getting forced to go back on site, go back and work in their buildings again. So I feel like having the work-life balance here at home, it really gives us more time to spend with our family, with our loved ones, and even the precious time for ourselves instead of like commuting and kind of wasting our time out and being exposed to the pandemic as well. We're still in a pandemic. Sometimes people forget. But yeah, since we mentioned about your old career, can you please tell us what do you think's a major difference from BPO to VA life? What's the biggest change for you?
Right. So as I mentioned a while ago, well, that's pretty much on providing the information, all right, and training. So under the call center or BPO setup, so it's more on you get more than you give more on your training. So you only wait for the information to be disseminated. Well, compared to here as being a VA, so you have to work on yourself double time as well to be again resourceful and to be more dependable, okay, to your team as well. Because don't get me wrong, we got tremendous amount of support from our team leaders, from the ops team down to our recruitment executives as well. But of course, that's what I'm learning right now. Okay, so you have to be very dependable, resourceful, and that's the big difference between the two, BPO versus being a VA.
Well explained. And that also actually gave me more knowledge because I had no idea between the BPO and the VA life. So I learned something new today. And Vince, with our last question for today, what's your message to those applicants who want to try and apply here at Sphere Rocket, but they're scared, they're having self-doubt, they don't know if it's the right step to do, but they want to do it, but they're just scared? What would you like to tell them?
Well, first of all, that's okay. That's part of life, okay? If you're not scared, then you're not human, I guess. So anyway, so being scared is one, but taking action while being scared is another. Okay, so that's what I call courage. So have the courage. If you really want it, then go for it, right? Go for it scared, but taking action, that's a more important thing. So you might be afraid because you might fail, you might get rejected or but do it anyway, because eventually you will fail. Okay, so just like compared to when you were a child learning to ride a bike, okay, you didn't immediately ride a bike and then went on straight. So you failed, right? You fell, you had your bruises, you had your first injury, but you continue until one day you found out that you already have the balance, and one day at a time you found yourself speeding up, right? And then it becomes second nature to you, like brushing your teeth. So that's my advice, right? I mean, I'm not saying literally that, yes, do brush your teeth, but of course, yeah, go for it, okay? If you really want it, and if it's really your desire, then put 100%, be committed to it, okay? So there's no 50%, only 100% do it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm in progress.
Agree, Vince. That was an amazing. I love that. And I think it was a perfect advice for the people who are watching and, they're scared. They're watching a bunch of YouTube videos because, when we apply and then we want to know more about the company, we want to do our research, we watch interviews. So I think it's a very, very big help, what you just said now. So yeah, that is basically it, Vince. I want to say thank you for hopping on this Zoom call with me and, allotting some time. I know that you're busy, you have some interviews going on, but again, again, I want to say that we're very grateful to have you here in Sphere Rocket, and we really appreciate like what you do here. So thank you again.
Very much welcome. Same here as well. Thank you.
All right, Vince, have a great rest of your shift and see you soon. Goodbye.